skill!
You look like a nice snack. Sure, I'm so hyper.
Let's go!
That was pure skill. That was pretty good.
Hello, hello. Welcome, my friends. How's it going? Miss Cat, Zeprido, Mr. Oki High, Barry, Mr. Dragon, Naho, Mr. Funk, Mr. Caustic, Mr. Persh. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Mr. Hazard, Mr. Bronchosaurus. Man, so many people here early today. Also, Mr. Oki High, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Oh my god, you're crazy. 5 gift subs to Zeprido, Fern, Darksider, Blake, Mr. Speed. I hope everyone's okay today. I hope so. It's a lovely... Oh man, my chat wasn't scrolling. Oh, Mr. Acer is here. Mr. Blue Flame. Mr. Blue Flame. No more Liar Game? No, we are doing Liar Game. Liar Game is about to be done though. I think either today or tomorrow is going to be the finale, so... That's kind of exciting, but also kind of sad because I'm really enjoying this game, so... It is, it's definitely a thing. The weather is gonna be hot. Yep. Gosh darn global warming. Did I buy my new AC yet? No. No, not yet. Liar Game. Liar, liar. No. Pants on fire. Panties on fire. 2 snakes.
Nothing will
4
stop
fish.
me.
Thanks for the resub, Blue Flame. 18 months, a year and a half. Thank you for playing Phoenix Wright. Yeah, it was a really good request, Blue Flame. I hope you have liked it as much as I have. Like the playthrough anyway. Also, yeah, Twitch is doing another event thing, although the emotes are kind of crap this time. I don't know, they're like... kind of lame. They're not cute or anything, they're just weird stuff. It's a weird time. Man, there's like... so many... You guys are just here so early. It's crazy to have this many people here early this time. Von Karma got his karma. Someone actually knows Liar Game. Wait, what is Liar Game? Oh, good mangoes? No cute emotes means I don't care. The crown is probably the best one because you can put like crowns on emotes. Alright, let's go. Let's play. Let's play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. You won't be here whole stream, Mr. Blue Flame. How dare you? I'm just kidding. They're advertising their flavor of the month game. Wait, what is the flavor of the month game this time? I know a few months ago it was like chess. Oh, now it was like Fall Guys? I think Fall Guys is now or something? Ruined. Mr. Caustic, look what you did. Arse or to me. Anyways, here we are. We didn't even get to stop at a continue point. We just stopped right in the middle of our investigation. With Gumshoe's awesome music. It's so good, it's so good. Last time we discovered there was actually 2 murders at the exact same time of the same person, but in 2 different places. How could that be? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Can I talk to you? I have not talked to you. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day. That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? You're amazing. You have to go because of spoilers. Aww. Okay. They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here, too? Of course, I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open. Okay. Time to bounce. Oh wow, everybody's just leaving now. Okay. I see how it is. You guys get my hopes up for a good stream, then you just all leave. I see how it is. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now? Does Maya remember the code for Gumshoe's locker? Maya has the code for Gumshoe's locker? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I'm not leaving until you play Nekopara 2. You better be there for Nekopara 2. Hello, Brandon Go, hello. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. Mr. Zito, hello, and you're skipping too? Oh my god, Nekopara 2 is gonna be the most dead stream ever. Look what you guys are doing to me. The SL9 incident. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card. You always skip, Brandon Go. That's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. I'm on my 3rd card. Oh my god. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. What? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Oh. Fingerprint activation. Like the iPhone, or what the iPhone used to have. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they all look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? Handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it... Zap! You get a shock. My hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Oh. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Bum, 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 bum. Tell me about SL9. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case. Is that girl pic? What girl pic? You thought Gumshoe was dead? Oh yeah, this is Maya. Oh yeah, this is Maya channeling Gumshoe, that's right. Why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Now that was a bloody, violent case. So it was a murder. Of course it was a murder. A serial killing! Whoa, multiple murders. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident. So, that switchblade... The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Okay... Okay... Present my badge. Here's my badge. You show that to me every time we meet, pal. Real man show- okay, we've already done this. Lockers? You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. What? Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Welcome back from your hot, hot shower. What's your ID number, Gumshoe? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. It was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Wow! What is it? That second number. It's not yours, is it? Mr. Edgeworth! The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Why would Edgeworth have come into the evidence room? Dude, this is crazy. Did he lay a trap? Did he plant a mine to explode Bruce Goodman? What about this? Nope, nothing. I think that's probably it. The victim these days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. ID number is 696969. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Let's examine. Targets? Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. That's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Yeah, I guess. This place is stuffed with evidence. stuff with dreams. Is that our metal detector? Oh yeah, and the fishing rod? Dude, that's crazy. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. Why is there a cloth or something sticking out here? Something's sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. Wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this in here. There you go, pal. Making these out of some kind of slab. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe has been leaving evidence out, hanging out a lot too. Bet he doesn't tuck his shirt in either. Okay, jeez. Calm down. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them. I wanna, like, take that out. Okay, never mind. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishy pole. That's my personal pole! Okay, Gumshoe, I didn't mean to touch your personal pole. Sorry. I've seen that somewhere before. That's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Right, well that feels like ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. That's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. Cheap-looking box? Okay. Maybe that's foreshadowing, like we're gonna need this later or something. Okay. Oh, door. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Let's hope he remembers we're in here. Will you touch my personal pole? Mr. Funk, welcome to the stream! Blood handprint. Oh! Let's, how do I do it? How do I do it? Go over here. Spray. Spray everything! Dude, I told you, I'm amazing. I'm amazing! Firmly grasp it. Enhance. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch the spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. I better jot this down on the floor plans. Okay. Examine time. Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? I know, I already did. Game. Hello, Mr. Dark, Mr. Cider. Paint? What is this saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger? You might say this is my studio. In the evidence room? Oh man. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. Hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case. The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of those pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. That's the bottom? Well, that looks like a vase then. Or something. What the heck? Wow, more DS freaking power. Oh my god! Is this a joke? Holy crap. Have fun? Oh no, this is bad. Okay, I got that one.
It's a total goat fuck.
It's a total goat fuck. Is that it? No. That's like the top. That's also the top. Holy crap, this is easy. I'm amazing. This is amazing game design. That's what it is. Dude, I'm so good. I'm so freaking good. Hello? it's so good. Oh, okay, this is like the topish part, so no, that's not what I wanted to do. This Mia is too good. No bad game design. This one. Yeah. And then this one. And then what? That's not right. Wait, we don't have a piece for this. Is this missing a piece? Oh, never mind. Apparently that fit. I didn't see that one. Oh, but we are missing a piece. What the heck? That wasn't too bad. Hello, piano dude. Hello. I think we did it, but there's some pieces missing. Yeah, I got that far too in... Oh, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kinda understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. There's definitely some, like, blood on it or something. Bum 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 bum. Piano dude, how you doing? How you doing? You put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. Why are some of the pieces missing? Doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. It's probably still in Edgeworth. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. I see. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we'd closed it, that's true. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Someone left a glove here, but only one, and it has SL9 on it. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case. It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove. Extremely thin rubber glove. Bum 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 ba da da. Okay, let's use our spray. Let's start spraying everywhere. I mean, that's not really gonna do anything, is it? We already knew it was there. I knew it! This is someone's right fingerprint, or right handprint. What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine! It's yours? Please! You have to help me. When they come to take me away. Please, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? Gumshoe was the villain! Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba da. The moment I saw her in his locker. Never seen anything like this. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of his locker. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. To the DLC incident to the So Long 9 incident. I wonder what the letters stand for. Mr. Edwards' inquiry committee should be letting out soon. What the heck is that? It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? It's Gumshoe's blood. Mr. Dragon, please. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Okay, looks like we're done here. Yeah, we should talk about Edgeworth's ID being on that list. If I can figure out how to get to his freaking room. What the heck? Is it from here? Oh, okay, that's just really weird. Copy Chippy, hello! It's been so long since I've seen you. The bellboy? It's you. Have we met somewhere? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. There he is. He has the hotel bring him tea service. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Did you miss a stream? Yes. I don't know, were you here yesterday? By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Bum 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 bum. This is the best song in the game. When you play it after games 2 and 3, the restaurant is from a future game? That's crazy. Bum 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 bum. So how did the inquiry committee go? This is gonna sing. Mr. Okay, hi, please. I don't sing. You guys know that. They decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Bum 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 bum. This is the best we get for singing, because this is all I can do. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. Something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. Bum, 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 bum. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Bum 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 bum. Why is your ID on this thing? As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? You went into the evidence room that day, did you not? Just before the incident occurred, no less. That's true. Ooh! Scary music, scary music! I'm so scared, guys. Hold me. Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant. No less. The Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. I can't say. It has nothing to do with the current case. Oh my god. AI 16? Dude, there's too many cases. Yes, we are lawyers. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Have you seen this jar? No. Bum 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 bum. Can you request individual cases? No, Blue Flame. I want to play the whole game at once. Talk about the screwdriver. Okay, never mind. Andrew, you never talk about anything. What about SL9? Oops. I thought it didn't pop out, so I thought it was like nothing again, but it is talking about something. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You're the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder. Yeah, duh! Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Look forward to seeing Ace Attorney 2 next year. Dude, that's like forever away. Mr. Blue Flame. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police, Damon Gans. Man, everybody's involved in this case. Maybe you should request Ace Attorney 2. I can't request games. Then we would never be able to finish my request log. Zeppardo. You should request Ace Attorney 2, Zeppardo. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Oh, you get nervous too, Edgeworth? Well, what I want to know is why was the Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. There are no plans for combined ribbons yet, Mr. Blue Flame. I will do anything in my power to win a trial. I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. The chief prosecutor wanted me to know something. Your sister? Yeah, there's a challenge thing that exists, but like, I'm not really sure how I want to do that yet, because like, you know, I don't know, it's not really that great. Just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have a use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. No, not a smash. It's not. The challenge thing is not. No, Blue Flame, no. The challenge system is a Twitch channel points thing, where like people can combine ribbons to meet a challenge before a certain date. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. I'm really... No need to thank me. Take your powder and these fingerprint files. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Recover his fingerprints from handprints. Cannon doesn't come to the streams anymore, Blue Flame. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. And he's not all talk, he literally plays that game like 24/7. He has like 6,000 hours in Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's ridiculous. He's quite addicted. Yeah, I think that's basically it. So we need to like, go look for fingerprints. Oh wait, hold on. What if there's blood in here? What if there's blood in here? There's not blood in here. Okay, never mind. Let's go check out some fingerprints. Was there any here? I forgot. Oh yeah, on the phone. No, Let's see here. Hello, La Miggy. How do I, like... How do I use this? What? I don't get it! Oh my god. You are Iggy. Mr. Iggy. Tiny amount of blood on the chess table. That's what I was hoping for, dude. What are you up to in this trial? I don't even know. There's so much going on. It won't let me freaking use it. Okay, fine. I guess it doesn't want to let me use it here. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Oh, snap. Choose a finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. Choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Oh, okay. Can I choose the thumb? Now it's time to check for prints. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eye. How do you... what? Oh, okay. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is all spread, just blow away the excess. With the X button, okay. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. That looks like fun! Might take some getting used to, though. Just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Are we gonna waste more of Emma's money? Aw, yeah, freaking dust this shit. Dust everywhere. Now it's looking like my room. Dust everywhere. Aha! You did it, you found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. It think it means... Ooh, that's a typo, girl. That's a typo. It think it means we're out of luck. The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Aw, man. That's just the way it goes sometimes in scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. Why don't we look for other prints? There's something else on there. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Game sucks. 0 out of 10. Whoa. Why is it not, like, advancing? Hello? Are we done? Cocaine. No, it's just magic spirit dust. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's super, like, precise. Dazzling. You don't like the game? Why do you say that, Mr. Dart, Mr. Cider, please? I love this game. It's great. This print took a lot of effort to find. Isn't this Gumshoe's locker? It's probably Gumshoe's handprint. There's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. Point out the person you think left these prints. How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? The prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on the evidence locker? Holy crap, this is crazy. Wait, he's 65 years old? Oh, I can see everyone's fingerprints. This is just weird. Oh look, what a surprise. Why do we even have Emma's fingerprints? What? Gumshoe did it. This is crazy. Match found! Yay! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe in the locker with a knife. Yes. You gave me the so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Hit or miss. Guess I never miss, huh? Thanks for the sympathy. You suck. If I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Correct. Correct. Let me do it! Oh, okay. There was a handprint here. Well, wanna try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Of course we'll check for prints. Hello, why would you say no? That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
I'm ready to roll!
The area with the blood was wiped away, right? Thanks for following, Mr. Iggy. We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! We must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Weren't wiped away. You skipped this episode? Okay, do this one. Never mind. Do this one. Never mind. What? Wait, what? I didn't even see anything. Is there supposed to be something there? Apparently there's something here. It's so freaking long. Yeah, it is pretty long, isn't it? Oh, you were talking about... I thought you were talking about my cock. Sorry. Apparently there's a fingerprint here. I didn't even see it. Mia, please. It's Jake Marshall. Mr. Marshall. Comparison complete. Match found. Hey, these fingerprints. Whose are they? Whose? It's Officer Marshall. Scary music. Marshall's fingerprints. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Or is he? This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints, and they were covered in blood. Ooh. I'm scared. What's gonna happen? Decisive evidence. Oh, there's the to be continued point. Nice. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Time for the court. Let's do it. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we were. The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday, I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. You got questioned all freaking night? Jesus. That's ridiculous. It says Mr. Wright suspects the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean? They agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. They found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? You have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Mrs. Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Mr. Marshall's a cool cowboy guy. Like, he wouldn't do anything wrong, right? Alright, guys. Court is now in session. The defense is ready. Prosecution is... Huh. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain in both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room has just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Okay, so... obviously he was at the police department, but then he got transferred. Oh, maybe that... Wait. So Edgeworth was there with the screwdriver. So that's when the body got put in his car, and then he drove to the prosecutor's office. This is kinda confusing. Oh boy. You've already accused an elderly woman of murdering a superstar. True. Today I will present evidence relating it to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? First witness. The suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Here's the MEEK. The MEEK has shown his face. Yes, sir, I am Officer Mike Meekin, sir. At least his name's not Mike Hawk. I wish it was, though. My occupation is... that would be murderer, sir. What? So you're telling us you're a professional killer? It was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir. Oh, boy. what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. I'm a Zoomer. A person whose actions adults cannot possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, please. Officer Meekins, give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. This is ridiculous. Everything about this game is ridiculous right now. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Barry, you're not listening to the stream? Oh, how dare you. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. Bumbling charcoal fox. Piano dude, you watch your language. This is a family-friendly stream, mister. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, and then I did it! After that, I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim attacked you. Okay. That's the Meekins family motto. She really doesn't. Barry. He knocked me upside the head, sir. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Here we go. I just love that his badge is like the same pose as he's doing right now. Or his ID or whatever. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now that's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Oh no. The music's back. It was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission of the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. That's why you went to the evidence room. What did you see when you got there? A suspicious man. We dust the handprint on the badger. I wish. In order to enter the evidence room, you needed an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. Your ID number should be listed on here. Sorry, excuse me. Which one is it? It's probably the 498 one, right? This is the one right here. It's 498. Yes, that's my number, sir. Huh. But the number 4989596 appears twice. Oh, shit. Is no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down. Who's the 7777777? So it was during the second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay... Guess that makes sense. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. Detective Goodwin pulled a knife on you. Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked surprised as I was. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you'd just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. Kung Fu Panda? The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. He took his knife. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. You closed your eyes? Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. He punched me right in my face. After that, I passed out. What time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? The Blue Badger. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. Okay... Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. Sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Well, this is going to be really easy if you have a videotape of everything. There are jewels hidden in the badger? What? It had been mistakenly erased. It's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Gant keeps delivering random evidence. Yes. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Please stop using that word murder, sir. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's it gonna show? What? Okay. Does it really have to play this song? Holy shit, this is crazy. This is so like DS, you know? You can't even see his face! And something fell out of there. You can see his face though. Oh yeah, how convenient, it blocks his face again. Oh my god, are you serious? Where'd he go? He just vanished. What? How contrived is that? Extremely contrived. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, present. No. That is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone. It could have just been someone dressed up as him. The witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opens is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. I mean, that makes sense. But something fell out, so what if it wasn't even closed? Okay. Everything begins with contradictions. Mystery Man! Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as being seen or not seen, the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? But you were standing right in front of him. More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you not? Are you not? Yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. How? I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking to them. This is bullshit. I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. We don't know that for sure. We never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label— he's saying the same thing as before. Since his face cannot be identified as in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or— Slam. Meekins. Oh my god. He's dying. He's choking himself with his handcuffs. Every interaction you're having with him, even now, either his eyes are closed or he's staring up into space. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we're not in the best of moods. Please be more certain when you testify. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you're positive it was him. He opened the locker. But the thing fell out, so like, it could be someone else? I don't know. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints. I wonder what kind of method he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker. I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir, they keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. Romantic troubles? The opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. It must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What if it wasn't locked in the first place? If I may say something, sir. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case. I mean, it was his fingerprint that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. The footage doesn't lie. Unless the defense can find a problem with it. Yes. Yes. Mr. Okay, hi. Welcome to the stream. It's so good to see you. There's one thing in particular that seems kind of strange. The man may not have been Detective Goodman. Objection! I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction. Oh boy. How's this gonna work? Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Where is the contradiction? Fast forward. It's the glove, dude! The glove.
Take that!
Yes. Wait, I didn't get to point at it! Wait. That doesn't count. I am medicine. Wait. Play the video again. I'm not done. How does the glove prove anything? I don't know, it's like in there and it fell out, so maybe the door wasn't even closed. I didn't get to point at it. Okay, I didn't realize I had a pointer. I wasn't paying attention. At least I didn't lose HP.
Take that!
Yes! That is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. What you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates this man may not be Detective Goodman. What? Bullshit! I need to slow down and tackle these things at one piece at a time. Oh my god. Okay, let's watch the video again. Says the one pointing his finger at us. How are you supposed to do this, dude? Okay, let's see if there's something else. Are you not losing judge points? Nope. It would seem not. Probably already open from that falling out. Maybe... Okay, this is pretty fun. What else can prove the locker is already open? Good question. Oh, the light! The light's on, dude! I guess I would have to, go there before he even gets there. The light's on.
Take that!
Do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. Please, the music! When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint, and if it's a match... Wait, what? Who is that? And he has some, like, hot officer girl in his locker? The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. She comes up in game 2. Hot officer girl? Well, I do like a girl in uniform. You know who that girl is. Look, we don't have to watch this again, okay? Oh my goodness. Putting the controller down. Oh, yeah, of course. And the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. No! Come on, dude. This is unnecessary. Notice the light? What's this? It's already lit? The locker was already open. Well, I mean, it is necessary, but I already showed it. So you didn't have to, like, show it again. It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. Do. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Do. Oh, I know, it must have been broken down. Putting the controller down at every cutscene. I do! I like to relax my hands, okay? Is that a crime, Barry? Is that a crime? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Your Honor, the sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. Do you have an explanation? Why wasn't the locker locked? Well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Maybe something like jam the system sensor? Jam the sensor? Like a glove? Alright, let's point it out. Okay. Now I present the glove. No.
Take that!
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Well, time to put the controller down again. No music this time. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when the doors are open, sir. They often fall out and roll a great distance. I didn't even scroll that. I can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted between the legs? Inserted? You're supposed to press A rapidly over and over, hoping it will speed up. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're just trying to make my thumb hurt. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Mia is very experienced with skipping cutscenes. Very pleased. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. It would also have to block electrical currents. Like a rubber glove. Oh, an insulator. An insulator, sir. This might have been something that fits the description. By insulator, you don't mean... Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? Too easy. We can't be for sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Instead of Neko Para 2, you replay Ratchet and Clank and watch the cutscenes. Barry, please. You really want me to be miserable with that freaking super legit PlayStation 2 again? The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. My guy's like tilted from behind. That poor guy's back. He's just like tilted like that all the time. Are we to believe the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Objection! Do not be misled, Your Honor. The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more. The victim in this video is indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. I'm gonna take super legit PS2 lag and glitches over Neko Para. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir, of course. Mystery Man 2. Ooh, the fast music. Dun 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 dun. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. I'm sorry, the music is so good, I'm sorry. At the time of the crime, the detective has used the card. But he didn't have his card because he filed a missing thing. He filed a missing thing, dude. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used is at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Handstand. Just hearing that makes me handstand. That would be kind of funny. There are only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. You guys. This is why I love you guys. Let's go. I feel like I can just present the thing. Maybe I should press instead though, just in case. Unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you not? Solid as stone, Kirby's stone. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign. Well, you have another hand. Couldn't you just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. Bum 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 bum. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tag is stuck when I get out of my car? The remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card... it scrolled by itself. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Bum 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 bum. He said the ID card chokes him. Choker. Snap my choker. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness refers to. Welcome back, Mr. Persh. According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Look how freaking, like, slanted he is. Not that prosecutor again. Maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer? Don't stare at him. You got the wrong color, kid. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Persh, only certain people know what that means. Yes. Let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him. The detective had used this card. Why, Mia? Why what? What did I do, Mr. Flunk? I'm sorry. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. He didn't show me any ID, because he didn't have it. Don't you think that's odd? If he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. What did Mia say? I didn't say anything. I never say anything on this stream. What are you talking about? I don't even talk. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Ba bum 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 bum. Incorrect. Slam. Wait, one moment, Officer Meekins. See, Mr. Naho doesn't even know what that means. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. Oh, I guess I could have presented that as well. I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? You do not know what that means. Yeah, me neither. I'm only 12 years old, so I'm too innocent for this stuff. It's only half completed. It shows that Detective Goodman has lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying this card. Miss Cat, you're a Corin. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Does the prosecution have a response? Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's arguments. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. That being the case, you must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in the video is fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. Well, it seems you finally realized. How did you enjoy examining the videotape? It wasn't that bad. Also, hi RT, hi. Welcome to the stream. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. The murderer being Miss Lana Scott. I see. That's bad. Oh no. Dude, this guy needs to stand up straight. He's hurting my back just looking at him. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap. But who's the fake, then? Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? Mr. Wright? We have to do something, or else Lana... Crom, we have to do something. What do you propose we do?
Objection!
Objection. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? The security video did not show the actual murder. Okay, we don't need to see the whole thing again. Seriously, dude? It cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Mentally crushing the A button. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. Oh, Jake Marshall's evidence. Okay, so it must have been Jake Marshall that was the dressed up as Goodman. Because he's the only other one that had the prints in there. The defense demands further examination. What a shock. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. They have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Close-up of his face. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Oh, man. The defense would like to request a specific witness. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? David Gantno. Mr. Jake Marshall thinks he's a cowboy. They're calling me No, Barry, I'm not a Texas Ranger. Just a normal person. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Recess time! Subpoenaed? Whoa. Did they just say subpoenaed? More like subpoenas. Court is now in recess. What am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this? Nobody thinks this is funny. Like, why? Mia, please. Exactly. Copy Chippy! Are you enjoying yourself? There's no stopping you in there, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I don't know about everything. You're the one who knows everything. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking his protection. How can he be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Yes I am. I'll come back later. Bye! You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around for well on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! 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 I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy. That's okay, so have you brought what I asked? Oh ho ho ho! You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. You might do well to read them. SLC. No, it's not SLC. Miss Cat. Miss Cat Areno. Miss Sky was a witness. Files for the Joe Dark killing. As if he freaking has the last name Dark. Freaking like Dark Vader. solved 2 years ago. Look at the report. Oh, I will. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Closed. Perpetrator, Joe Dark Vader. Dark Vader from Star Wars. Exactly. Serial murderer. Death. Oh, I got the death penalty. That's a thing. Edward Jones, Jason Knight. Edith Kirby. Kirby! He killed Kirby! Rachel Moss. Jeb Bates. Neil Marshall. Oh, I see. Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses Lana Skye and Emma Skye. What? Investigation Task Force. Damon Gant, Lana Skye. Bruce Goodman, Jake Marshall, Angel Star. Bum 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 da da. Everyone is involved. Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as... the Joe Dark Vader killings. Angel Star used to be a detective, Mr. Zito, but she got fired and then she would turn into lunch lady. A+ on the pun and the stream title. I try sometimes with my stream titles. I don't think anyone notices it though. Emma, wait! She ran away. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal. I'm out of here. What? Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth, Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I better take a good look at this file. To be continued. Oh no. No way. How long is this case? You don't always understand them. I'm sorry, Barry, I'm sorry. Not you, Mia, VFA. I know. This is the longest case in the series. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Emma didn't come back. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room. Jake Marshall. There he is. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly across intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. You're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. How do you know it's whiskey, RT? It could be just water. I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Water of life. That is not... I mean, maybe it's true, but it's not the water of life. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Oh boy. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I wish I had water right now. I'm actually out. Feels bad. Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. What do you mean by 2 security systems? The security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. What about the fingerprint-activated locks? What? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? So he doesn't know about them. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Trouble. Day of the crime. We got trouble! Guess I did it right. My job was to keep a wary eye. What does that mean? How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. So you don't do your job. Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. You're cramping my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No, Desperado, I know lets rules get in his way. Rules are for droolers. No desperados I know join the police force. Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Well, he obviously was, because we have fingerprints, so... But they didn't add that to the testimony, so I'm not sure. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past. Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. Okay. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. That is true. I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongoli sepia pasta. I probably pronounced that very wrong. You abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Send noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos. Spaghetti Western? That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. You guys are so smart. I wish I was as smart as you gurus. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?" If you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail. Out of ammo? Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. Your steel horse? You mean your car? Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take order from anyone. Everyone knows that. Someday you need to go to Germany and have some spaghetti ice. Miss Cat, when are you gonna take me to Germany? It can be like our date or something. I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. I'm not sure where to present. I mean, we had the fingerprints. But I don't know where to present them at. Hit him with something other than the prints? I don't think that's a thing. Ugh. There's so much evidence, this is ridiculous. It's freaking 2.5 pages of evidence right now. And this jar thing too. Oh my goodness. Wright said we need to up the ante before using our trump card. I don't even know what our trump card is. I don't know what else to present other than his fingerprints. Hit him with the lawyer badge. This one's a little bit hard. This is the first time we gotten stuck today. Like when you press this, it's like, oh, I've never set foot in there for weeks. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. So it makes me want to think like, hey, I should present the fingerprints here. But I don't know at the same time. You know, I never looked at this, actually. It's a glove. SL 911. Seems this is more evidence from that incident. Yep. I never checked this either. AI 16. That means it has nothing to do with the current case. I'm just gonna do this, and it's wrong. I don't know, dude. Where do I go? I lost judge points. Yeah, okay. Man. What the heck? What else do we have? We have 2.5 pages of stuff, Mr. Zito. That's what we have. This seems suspicious as well. Let's look at it. I've been looking at it for the last like 5 minutes. Yeah, I did press on everything. Ah, that's not gonna help either. Oh man, this is impossible. Missing item report is just him. It's just proof that he lost his ID. Oh my gosh. There's nothing but the prints. Nothing. So maybe I present prints on a different statement. It has to be the prince. I'm not out of ammo. Maybe I have to present it here. Doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. Like, oh jeez. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense to me in this game anymore. Sometimes you just get really stumped, apparently. Can you just save before you try a thing? I don't want to do that. That's cheating. I'm gonna present it here, I guess. Okay. Bullshit, but okay. Doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called to testify like this? You weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. Yeah, that's what I was trying to prove on the other statement, but okay. Explain yourself, partner. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. A handprint. I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. Once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. No, not on blood. Your fingerprints are covered in blood. It looks so weird from behind. Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. The luminol test clearly revealed this. It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. So he's gonna testify about these fingerprints. Okay. It's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. What? The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. No. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? I had nothing to do with it. How do you know he was wearing gloves? Unless you were the murderer. This guy's hiding something. It's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? That's right. That and one more thing. The locker happens to be mine. Really? It's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming, and for hydrogen, hello! He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Okay. And for hydrogen, did you beat that game? I saw you were on the Invictus level. I watched for a little bit. But you said it was like the 21st exit instead of the 22nd? Was there another level? Wasn't mine, it's no mystery. Please explain. The final boss took you 2 hours and it made you mad? Wow, angry aim for hydrogen. Oh, there was a secret exit. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. The murderer touched the locker with where my fingerprint was by chance. This is BS. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? It's a 50-50 chance. It was either on there or not, as they say. Silly minigame. Were you excited for your silly minigame? As your reward for finding a secret? Cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast. The other is a type of murder. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do anything. Murder was wearing gloves. Murderer. I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. No fingerprints were detected on the handprint. But there were fingerprints on the other handprint, which doesn't make much sense. Happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. No! There's no way that's possible. And the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape? So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't see otherwise. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. That would erase the effing fingerprint. You watch your language, Mr. Iggy. This is a family-friendly stream. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? What if it was? You wanna tie me to the crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless, it's full of blind spots. Places you can't see. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. And he would know where the camera is because he's the camera master. Hello, Mr. Funk. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. If you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall is present, please do so now. Sure. He left fresh pints. Fresh pints. He might wind up being the one making the mistake. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth, I never make mistakes. I am perfect. Prince. Okay, now I'm gonna lose HP if I get this wrong. So he comes in here, does some fancy stuff, opens the door. Officer Meek, the Meek himself, gets slapped around. But then what happens? He disappears. Oh, wait. This is not here, but then it's there. I see. I saw it at the end, it like disappeared. So obvious, and that's his locker. That's so easy. So easy. Yep, right here. It's so easy. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh shit. You're done, pal. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That must be the costume or something. Let's rewind the video a bit. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Why does the blue badger have a handprint on him? That really bothers me. The white cloth is gone. When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Do 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 do. The explanation is this song is too good. You opened your locker when the camera was turned away. He looks so skinny, like look at how thin his legs are. But like the poncho makes him look like a lot wider than he is, I guess. Hold your horses, partner. You were pressing the wrong button. Wrong button. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Yeah it does. Fingerprints, bitch. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. A fingerprint sensor? Ooh, new portrait thing. Sweating. He doesn't know, Pepe laugh. A fingerprint sensor. He like crushed something in his hand. What is that? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? What kind of black magic is this nonsense? Yep. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? What is he chewing on? I only got one word for you, partner. No! Oh my god, what the fuck? He got winded. Someone turned a fan on. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. It was jerky? This is no joke. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room. Who turned on the fan in here? Ole. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. Have a look at these floor plans. Mr. Blue Flame. Mr. Blue Flame, you missed all of the good stuff. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. Where was the witness? Oh, come on, guys. The only possible conclusion. Gee, where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Take that!
He was standing right here. But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman. Slam. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. That's right. You're doing an Edgeworth voice now? No. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. You don't like it? Well, I'm not doing it! Jeez. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? You make him seem like a snob, because he kind of is. I mean, look at his freaking suit. He's got the snobby, like, neck thing. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Aha! It makes sense. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I care for your beer, but you already said that! Do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt? Mr. Caustic, welcome to the stream! I don't think we have evidence of that. You can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Like, can't we just open up his locker? It's probably in there. The costume. This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. That would be what Mia used to tell me. Boobs! Try thinking outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Oh, because of the blood got on the jacket? Meek blood? So he's like, man, I can't walk outside like this. I gotta put this away or something. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. It's the costume! The jacket or whatever. The video again? Oh my goodness. Show us why the witness had to open the locker. Bum, bum, bum. Alright. Edgeworth, he wears shirts of normal colors? You know this? Yes, the blood, I think. Bum, 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 bum. For some reason, you disguised your... Miss Cat, please. And enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. Missed it? What did I miss? When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However... Officer Meekins panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. You hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Now then... Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth and nothing but the truth? I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here right now, would we? Tell the court what you did, all of it. It seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. Bum, 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 bum. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Speaking of donations, you can donate to me. I'm just kidding. I had to do it that day. Okay, let's press. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. This game might actually go to day 9. Yeah, I was thinking that too. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only the case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. All donations will be put towards stream or quality of life items such as an AC. Yes. Exclamation point donations. I remember it being long, but not this long. Is Mia buying an AC? Maybe. I need one, I'm dying here. Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Cabana boys to fan me. That day was my last chance, that's why I stole the detective's ID. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole it the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. You managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. Bum, 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 bum. The fingerprint activated lock. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Yeah, wait, how did he open the door? Like, who put the glove in there? That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Okay, it's confusing. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on him being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. Mr. Nyan, you're finally here. Hello. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? He threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. What happened to your knife? I'm so glad you're here, Mr. Nyan. I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and... Why does he have a knife in court? I don't know. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. You bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. Bum, 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 bum. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? He was sleeping like a baby. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Okay. Detective Goodman's locker is already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Barry, please, I still sing to some games. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Sad music time. This will have serious consequences. Will you please sing the Digimon theme? Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon is a great show. It can't just be forgiven with its simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. He's been playing Utawari Rumino. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? I do know why. Your brother was killed, or your dad, or whoever that guy was, Neil Marshall. That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark Vader was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. I don't know, that's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. Oh, I already know, dude. Let's go, let's go! Present the files. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice. It'll quench ya. There's nothing quenchier. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Whoa! Hey, I wanna look at that more. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. A prosecutor? The King of Prosecutors award. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. He was killed, and the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. Whoa, he took his freaking hat off. That's crazy. He was investigating the murders of Damon Gant. The then Deputy Chief of Police. Okay, I was like, that's a typo, but it's not, actually. He's not bald. We knew he wasn't bald. You can see his hair underneath the hat. We're desperate to prosecute the killer. Jeez. Scary picture. He's going freaking Super Saiyan. He's got an awesome aura around him. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That's all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. At least according to the public records. My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. Then who killed him? Hello, Kutera Genesis. I know, with a name like Dark, it's like, come on, dude. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department. But what about the blood? The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. And what about the vase thing, or the jar? At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Only one person could have committed the crime, Lana Sky.
Objection!
Nope. We can't lose.
Objection!
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted. There yet remains the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. This blue's got the drill on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely uncontestable. Make it a single word or less. Arg! That's the word, I guess. Seems the trial has reached its conclusion. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. Disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security cape. Oh boy. I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then. The time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant. No. It's Emma. Emma saves the day. The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor, in a sense? All I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock when finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark Vader killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky and Sky Sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. What Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. The traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. But no fingerprints were found on it. I figured that if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. Did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator at all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. The other blood mark. And that was on Gumshoe's locker. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. What could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Object.
Objection!
I don't know what it is, but objection. Clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Is there a problem with them? Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Something hasn't been drawn on there. Something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. I don't know what's going on. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. Which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? The jar? Question mark? I don't even know. I don't even know. What about the video? You can't see that locker, of course. Dude, the stupid freaking thing. Come on, Blue Badger. Please. What, Mr. Zito? What? Mia, please? What? What do you mean, Mia, please? What's missing from the floor plan? She doesn't know, Pepe laughed. I mean, the Blue Badger's missing from the floor plan, but that doesn't make any sense. Take a good look at the floor plan. Hello, Neo Gamer. Greetings. Streamer lacks clear evidence. I'm missing critical information, guys. I need to add Pepe Laugh, I'm just saying. Mr. Nyan, find that for me, please. I don't know. What is missing? What is missing? What's on the video that isn't on the floor plan? The Blue Badger? What else? I don't see anything else. This is hard. This is hard, guys. I'm scared. I'm gonna get it wrong. If you want to say the blue badger, okay. The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Barry! You should join the Discord. It's a fun time. And thanks. Thanks, Mr. Nyan. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. Okay. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Oh. Okay, it makes sense now. I didn't know he was right against the freaking locker. I thought he was like more like in the middle of the floor or something. Whoa, the fan turned on again. Is this discrimination? Maybe? It means it can't be done. Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Think it through scientifically. Did you not believe me when I said it was because you're not in Discord? No, that's not what I said. Discordmination. Yes. On that afternoon... Budget Maya kinda sucks? No. Emma's way cuter than Maya. Look at her glasses. She's so cute when she's writing in her notebook. So that must mean the blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched boulder dash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. One time was captured on this tape. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time... someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. What? The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place, my Emma? My enema? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, another incident took place in that evidence room. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur, as Mr. Edwards said? Proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. I don't know what's going on. What shows when the first crime took place? Jesus Christ. The badge. Switchblade knife. The shoe? I don't know. Maybe the shoe. The jar? It happened in the evidence room. Well, I know, but then he was like transported somehow to the other place. The jar? It shows when things happen in the evidence room. Gosh, Zito. What? Oh my god. Oh. Oh! Then the killer would have had to enter it. Just let Mr. Zito take over. Mr. Zito, you spoiled me. I'm just kidding, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record. So the 777777 thing is gonna come up finally? 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be Mr. Edgeworth. Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that there was... wait. When the second crime took place... I read that wrong, so... Both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away. By the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's not physically possible. You're still on this case? I am still on this case, Mr. Rice. Hello. The crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card. 77777777. Talk about a lucky number. That doesn't make any sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used, he must have entered with the real murderer. Mr. Caustic, don't be so crass. He went in with 77777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777. That's 17 too many. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Could it be a Gant-Lee fellow? We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous, just how... I'm not finished talking. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. It's an official charge filed against an executive Oh, if an official charge filed, you know what it says. An official charge? Ketchup, you're finally here. It's so good to see you. This is too much content. No, there's no such thing as too much content, as long as it's good content. Your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. But your brother was a prosecutor, so why do you hate them so much? I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. No, not to you. To her, the defendant. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question? I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Oh no. Lana. I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. What are you saying? I'll ask you... You can't just both share the same, testimony witness stand thing. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in the crime, in the eye and say that you did? I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to. What? The Lana? Even if it involved forging evidence. That's what I'm talking about. No! No! Order, 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 order! No order was found that day. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. Conclusion would have to wait until the following day. To be continued.
It's a total goat fuck.
Oh my gosh. We have to investigate again? No way! No way is this happening. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. That's just the way it is. Man. So you forged evidence to get this Dark Vader killed. I never knew that the SL9 incident wasn't just another name for the Dark Vader killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark, last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. Emma was killed by Darth Vader. No, she's still here. How can Maya channel Emma and Gumshoe at the same time, Mr. Zito, please? What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother Neil was only trying to save me. That means you... yes. I was a witness in the Dark Vader trial. I didn't see that one coming. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Dark Vader. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Dark Vader tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Mr. Rice, please. A bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw was burned, a permanent picture in my mind. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. But I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. It's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Anna was never the same. She became cold. She must have not been able to face up to what she did. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. This is pretty messed up. And she passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. She was only like 13 when this happened. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. Miss Cat, please. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. Oh, 14. Okay. Close enough. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. Miss Cat, I have something to show you after the stream. Message me after the stream, please. I become a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crime with my own testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that puzzles me. You said you were in Lana's office at the time. Why would a serial killer come running in there? He was being chased by a prosecutor? You have to share with the whole class? Oh, I will. Don't worry. It's fine. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning. Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. Lana was Dark Evader. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective. I'd better have another talk with her. Oh man. Oh man. Present badge. Never seen a real one before. Okay, she says the same thing as before. She's getting arrested. Oh man, this is crazy. What's gonna happen? I don't know, but we gotta stop here, guys. We gotta stop here. It's day 3 investigation. Next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Will we finally learn the whole truth? I don't know. I don't know. We'll be back here tomorrow morning with more, guys. Oh boy. Thanks for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Be safe. Have a good day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.